Let's look now at fractions of amounts. Often we see in life an advert that says 1/3 off, perhaps the cost of a new pair of trainers or a new jumper. But how do we actually calculate 1/3 of something? So let's start with the most common one. Half of, and let's say 10. Now, we know that half represents this much. 2 of those makes a whole. So in this case, it's splitting 10 into 2 equal parts. So, splitting into 2 equal parts. Or you could use sharing into 2 equal parts. Or you could use a more mathematical word. Dividing into 2 equal parts. So 1/2 of 10 is when you do 10 divided by 2, which is 5. If you're after 1/3 of something, what you're doing, here is the whole, and you're taking 1 of 3 equal size pieces. So again, you are dividing it into 3. So 1/3 of 6 would be 2. Let me show you this another way. Here is 6. 6 individual items. 1/3 of that, which means splitting it into 3 equal size pieces. Can you see? So, finding a 1/5 of something would be taking the whole and dividing it into 5 equal pieces and finding 1 of those. So what is 1/5 of 40? Well, that's going to be 40 divided by 5, which gives me an answer of 8. Let's take it up a notch. What is 2/3 of 15? First off, we're going to find 1/3. From what we've just done, we know that 1/3 is when you divide it into 3 equal size pieces. So we're actually going to do 15 divided by 3. If you need to, you can write down your 3 times tables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, we found 1/3 The question is, what is 2/3? Well, some of you will instinctively know the answer. If each third is 5, then 2/3 will be 10. Because 2/3 is 1/3 add another third. Let's try a slightly harder set of numbers. So, the first thing we aim to do is to work out what 1/9 is. How do we find 1/9? That's dividing the whole one into 9 equal pieces. So we're going to have to do 189 divided by 9. How many 9s go into 1? None. Carry the 1. How many 9s go into 18? 2. How many 9s go into 9? 1. So 1/9 of 189 is 21. From what we've done previously, we should now be able to work out what 2/9 is. 2/9 will be twice as much. Each 9th is 21, so 2/9 will be 21 and another 21, which is 42. What will 3/9 be? So 3/9 is an extra 9th again. So that's another 21. So that's 63. And then 4/9 is another extra 9th. So that's another extra 21. So it's 84. Can you see a quicker way of getting from 1/9 to 4/9? Well, 4/9 is 4 lots of 1/9. So 4/9 is 4 lots of 21. Let's do a couple more to check. First off, we're going to find 1/7, which means dividing by 7. There are my 7 times tables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, I know that 5/7 is 5 times as much. So how much is it? Well done if you said 30. I think by now you're starting to get the hang of this. So let's try another one. 3/8 of 2.64. Now, will it be harder with decimals? we're going to find out. So first off, we're going to try and find what 1/8 of 2.64 is. We find 1/8 by dividing by 8, because the whole one has been cut into 8 pieces. The reason I do this example is I want to show you that the decimal point makes no difference. 8s into 2. You can't fit any 8s into 2. Make sure you then put your decimal point and then carry the 2. 8s into 26. 8, 16, 24. So that's 3. My remainder is 2. 8 into 24 is 3. So 1/8 is 0.33. So what will 3/8 be? Well, I've got to take my previous answer and multiply it by 3, which in this case works out really nicely as 0.99. This is something that you will need to practice a lot, because it's about your number skills. If you can divide accurately, if you know your times tables well, and if you can multiply, you will find this topic very straightforward. But it's always helpful to practice those skills.